Hello everyone, this is Gita Sharma from Non-Native IELTS. Today we will be discussing a task 2 writing question of IELTS, that is traditional culture. We need to know certain important details before talking about the question. Remember, you need to write down ideas before writing it so that you will not go off topic. Let's just look at the question. Some believe that people today have no interest in maintaining the traditional culture of their country or region. Others believe that it is still important to people that we preserve a traditional way of life. Discuss both views and give your opinion. We'll look at the introduction first of all. Remember, this is a discussion essay and with an opinion one. So that means you need to make sure that you are providing opinion in this question. Otherwise, you will not score really good in your answer. Along with that, your answer need to be natural. So instead of writing memorized phrases, you need to make sure that you're using vocabulary that is relevant. Along with that, you are following a flow in your writing. That is really important. Let's check out our introduction. It can be divided into 2 to 3 sentences, but make sure first of all you are paraphrasing the question, and that too clearly. In this day and age, people still have different thoughts about the significance of cultural tradition in each community. In this way, we are making sure that we are writing each and every word mentioned in the question. Yes, there are exceptional cases always. For example, if in question you are having certain examples given, you don't have to write it. It is not mandatory, but you need to paraphrase the question anyways. There is a school of thought that says that people hardly indulge themselves in their local customs. Others, however, advocate protecting their unique lifestyles is important. In this way, we are making sure that we are writing both the views of the question clearly. And of course, how can we forget our opinion in the last sentence? Nonetheless, I am of the opinion that the latter is of utmost significance. Make sure in the course you are not repeating a word. Even if you are doing so, you are presenting it in a different way. For example, in the second sentence, we are using is twice. But we are making sure that even if we are using connectors, we are presenting them in a beautiful way. Let's now move towards our first main body paragraph. Our first sentence should reflect the opinion of the paragraph. Along with that, a clear topic sentence. In band descriptors, it is also known as central topic, so it should be clear enough. Some people opine that globalization in developed regions has tremendously affected people's perspectives towards local customs or beliefs. Now, keep this in mind when you are going to write other sentences of yours. You need to reflect perspectives, and that too related to local customs or beliefs. Along with that, you need to make sure that you're writing about something related to globalization in developed regions. There is no denying the fact, or there is no denying that the advances in technology have driven the fast-paced and busy lives in many communities, which in turn triggered the gradual disappearance of traditions. Here we are starting our answer with there, a sentence. Along with that, we are using which, but we are making sure that it is not only a complex sentence, but also a clear one. In the course of writing, most of the students forget this and they end up writing a complicated sentence instead of writing a complex one. You need to understand the difference between both. Clarity matters a lot, and you need to be very accurate whenever you are writing your answer. Furthermore, the emergence of various forms of entertainment, including games or virtual experience, facilitate humans' immersion in their entertaining world without geography barriers. Now, geographical barriers is better. Sorry, it should be barriers. It's just slip of tongue. Now look at this. When we are writing our third sentence, that is furthermore, we are trying to relate our sentences that we have written prior to that. Along with this, we have written facilitate. That means something that makes easy. Immersion is generally mixing up with something, right? We are making sure that we are using collocations properly also. Also, it is generally accepted that there are still negative and detrimental customs which ought to be abolished. Now, when you are writing your answer, you need not to write just should and must. You can use a better synonym of that, that is ought to. Abolish means when you are trying to stop something completely. Detrimental is negative, and negative is a very normal word, so you can use a better synonym of that. We are using negative, but detrimental is on a different level and it means really serious. So we are using detrimental. But we are making sure that we are trying to use other relevant vocabularies as well. Let's check out our last sentence of this paragraph. That is, for example, some ethnic minorities in Vietnam still adopt the belief of compulsory child marriage, which is normally unacceptable. Here we are using ethnic minorities. We are trying to be clear here as well. And we are using which. If you remember, we used which in the second sentence. We are trying not to repeat it in the third sentence or the fourth one. This actually refers to flexibility. Make sure whenever you are writing, along with being clear, you need to be flexible also, which is actually mentioned as being mandatory in your writing band descriptors. Let's now move towards your second main body paragraph. I hope you're clear with your first one. Now, our first sentence should reflect our opinion, which actually shows our weightage to our answer. Obviously, when you are providing your opinion, it should be more clear as compared to the other idea that you have mentioned in your first main body paragraph. And for this, we are writing nonetheless. Remember, whenever you are using linkers, you're not repeating them at all. Make sure, because we are having a lot of linkers. Even if you do so, you are not doing it often. Nonetheless, in my opinion, there are several rationales about why it is vital for cultural traditions to be preserved. Now, rational generally means logic. We are using it in a better way and we are trying to explain our examiner why do I think so. It is believed that it is these traditions that play an integral role in a community's identity. Remember, you are not just writing a very lengthy sentence. You need to clear your idea, your point of view, right? How does it play an integral role? We are going to explain that now. To be more specific, and this is an amazing linker that actually explains your viewpoint clearly. The local people can differentiate themselves from other locals and societies, thereby making the world heterogeneous rather than homogeneous. Now, heterogeneous means when you are being equal and of different kinds. Rather than homogeneous means, now homogeneous means when you are of the similar kind. So simply, if I have to talk about heterogeneous, this means when you are of different cultures, when you relate to different cultures, when people relate to different cultures. Homogeneous means just of a single community. So obviously heterogeneous is a better word rather than a homogeneous, you can say perspective, right? Perspective in that sense. Here we are trying to link our sentence with the word thereby. And please notice the comma which we are providing or giving before thereby. You need to understand the usage of punctuation marks in your writing as well, because these also count to your GRA, that is grammatical range and accuracy. And you need to be very clear when you're writing them. Let's move towards our fourth sentence. Besides, distinguishable cultures can also lead to increasingly developed tourism. Now we are trying to explain it. Why do I think our first view, that is cultural traditions, should be preserved? We are giving reason over here, and we are saying that different cultures can also lead to increasingly developed tourism, so it would be a benefit. It is thought that if regions and nations were identical, travelers would lose their interest in this form of relaxation. So what are we writing? We are saying that if it would be similar, it would not be good for the tourism sector as well. So you don't have to write the same idea again and again, like economy, economic benefit, because I've seen most of the students writing that. Remember, whenever you're writing your idea, you need to be more clear as compared to your last paragraph, which had other people's opinion, right? I have repeated it, but it is very important. That's why I have to stress on it. Let's move towards our conclusion, which actually I call a reflection of your introduction, along with that, your main body paragraphs. In conclusion, I believe that although rapid development throughout the world has affected humanity's lives, cultural traditions are key to the differentiation among countries. So remember, you need to make sure your opinion is more clear throughout your essay. Opinion should be more clear throughout the essay, even if you're writing other people's opinion or your opinion. Obviously, in discussion essay, it's about both the perspectives. So you need to make sure you're mentioning both the perspectives clearly. I hope you understood today's lesson. If you have any question, please don't shy away and comment in the comment box below. We'll meet in the next video. Bye bye.